Eastern PA Weather Authority meteorologist Bobby Martich here with your outlook for Inauguration Day, January 20th, 2017. For your Friday, we're going to have a warm front that's going to be moving through today and some showers ahead of it. Just rain showers and moving from southwest to northeast, mainly in the afternoon. Maybe lingering into early evening for some areas farther to the northeast, but this is going to be a quick hitting tenth or two of an inch of rain, not a big deal. We can see that moving through here and clearly see where this warm front is. Once this moves through overnight, though, we will have just cloudy skies remaining, but you will have areas of fog because you're going to get a little bit of a temperature inversion aloft, which gives you the fog. Much like we had yesterday, a little bit of a surprise yesterday. Some of you were like, what happened to the sun? We actually put a Facebook post up in the morning and expected abundant sunshine, and everybody expected abundant sunshine. But these are one of those things that happen sometimes where you have a little bit of warm air sneak into the mid-levels that was not expected and totally missed by the models. And if you have a little warm air aloft, when it's cooler at the surface, you get that temperature inversion and you get more clouds than sun. And that's what happened yesterday. That's what's going to happen again tonight. But in the case of tonight, we're looking at fog to go with those clouds as well. So a lot to do with that temperature inversion that we're expecting. This should move through again through the evening. When the warm front clears, then you'll get that fog overnight, and that's shown here. Let's go over the NAM high-res feature simulated radar. We're going to start this off at 10 a.m. and showing our southwestern areas here, getting into some shower activity at this point. This is going to slowly move off to the northeast with this warm front. Here's a look at 1 p.m., 2 p.m., 3 p.m., 4 p.m., 5 p.m., 6 p.m., and then finally, just northeastern PA is just dealing with some residual showers at this point into the early evening, and that should be moving out no later than mid-evening, it looks like. But then behind it, it remains cloudy overnight. You get the fog moving in once the front passes, and it's off to our northeast. So that fog will start coming in from southwest to northeast as that front progresses in that direction. Okay, so that's it for the rain. Not a big deal, just a couple tenths of an inch of rain, and that's it. Going forward here, we get to Saturday. Same deal with the inversion. Now, this one the models are predicting and have been predicting for a couple days now, so we're pretty confident Saturday is a cloudy day. Again, due to that temperature inversion, no precipitation shown here. You can't see anything as far as precipitation goes, but it will be cloudy because of the temperature inversion. You have the warm air advecting aloft and the colder air at the surface, and that's what causes that. Then we get into Sunday. We're going to have basically two systems coming at us. The first one's going to bring us some showery activity, majority of which is going to be over the southern regions, it looks like, here on Sunday and also into Sunday evening. Not a whole lot of rain with the first batch. The second one is the one we have to worry about. This is this kind of just a completely, totally evolving situation here with this system. You saw the video yesterday. It looked like we're just going to be in for a massive rainstorm for the second one. That's no longer the case. And now we have some wintry precipitation that could be coming in for the interior locations. I'll show you that as we get forward here. We have an upper level cutoff low that's going to be kind of interacting with this area low pressure that's just offshore off the Carolina coastline. And this thing is going to be pretty wrapped up, heading up in this direction like this. But at the same time, the interior is going to be able to be colder right in these areas right here because of strong high. It's off the picture here, but it's right up here. Very strong high that, or not small, I wouldn't say really strong. It's about 1,026, 1,028 millibars, but it's in just the right spot, just enough cold air that will allow the dynamics of the system to turn this over to snow here in the interior, even though it was just rain the day prior. A little bit different system when it's a little bit wrapped up here. And you can see that shown here by the GFS. Again, interior snowfall. The I-95 corridor is not snow, however. Pretty confident that right now that the I-95 corridor is just rain and wind. So right along the coastal cities here from D.C. to Philadelphia all the way up to New York City, we're not looking at anything but rain and wind. It's going to be windy too because you're going to have a tight pressure gradient. You can see that here by these isobars, pretty tightly packed, and that's because the difference in pressure between this area of low pressure, which is pretty strong, and that high pressure up to the north, the two of them in close proximity to each other create this pressure gradient, and the winds that will be about 20 to 30 miles per hour sustained with gusts over 45 miles per hour, especially closer to the coast here on Monday. We're looking at Monday here during the day. So again, you have that a cooling dynamic on the west side here, mainly favoring your areas of elevation, but also back towards central PA. It's mountains of central PA over to northeastern Pennsylvania are most susceptible to snowfall accumulations. It's still too early, and it will be too early for about another 48 hours to determine who gets what and how much. All right, so we're not. This is the first time, the first day that anything's been shown like this. I mean, we're looking at Only the Canadian model hinting at something looking that everybody thought was goofy because nothing else showed it. But now all the models trended to, and at least the interior, getting in on some snow action here. So in this crappy pattern we're in right now, it's amazing that we can still get snow out of this. But this is what happens when you have dynamics at play in the atmosphere, and it's certainly plausible. We just don't know exactly where. It could just end up being central PA and maybe far northern Pennsylvania and something like this, and everywhere else is rain, which is very possible. A lot of things to work out in the next 48 hours between now and then. We're going to be handling those advanced discussions here in the premium forum, and then we won't be doing a map here until most likely until at least Saturday. Here is with the system as it gets into wraps up on Tuesday morning. Leftover rain and or snow showers will move away, and then we have decreasing clouds in the afternoon and back to partly cloudy again. It looks like here on Wednesday another system trying to move in here from the west. This one here will actually bring in the cold air for the pattern change that we're looking at for coming in around the 26th, 27th. Where we get probably the 27th when we get a lot colder here. Well, the long range update today will talk about how long this lasts and what our expectations are for February. So please look for that later this afternoon. I'm Eastern PA Weather Authority meteorologist Bobby Martich. That is your outlook for January 20th, 2017. Have a great Friday.